Good morning, good morning. All right, just wait for it to do its thing. Here it is doing its thing. All right. You know what time it is. It's the Scorpio moon time. So we're going to go deep for the next 2 days. So the moon is currently at like 8 degrees of Scorpio. Yeah, 8 degrees of Scorpio. So we're in them feels right now. So we have Venus and Mercury now in Cancer. All right. And being ruled by the moon. The moon is in Scorpio, being ruled by Mars. And we don't usually go 3 down, but you know, the moon is in a oh, see, I know there's someone there. Ah, there's someone. Hello, how are you? It's very slow. I don't know if it's me or if it's just Facebook. All right, so today there are some sensitive topics that may be addressed. All right. In the words I wrote, some deeply confronting things that need to be dealt with. If you are here, it's not doing anything. See, I feel like there's people here saying things, but no. All right, anyway, I will just continue. All right, so, see, there's... Hi, Mikkel, how are you? All right. It is what it is, guys. It is what it is. I can't see anyone. I can see that I've got 2 reactions, though, but no words. Ah, good morning. Thank you. They're starting to come through now. Definitely having a bit of a sleep in there, Facebook. All right. So, confronting things that need to be addressed today. Right. The moon in Scorpio is being ruled by Mars, but it is going to be in conjunct. All right. So there's that adjustment required. There's tension to Pluto. All right, yes. So Venus is in conjunct Pluto and so is Mercury, and they have just moved into Cancer. All right. So now with the moon in Scorpio, it does look like or feel like maybe we're going to go. I mean, we're heading into the Cancer season. All right. So that's ancestry, family, early childhood, home environment, and in this regard, look, the work that we're doing, I sort of look at it now as in it's generally we're undoing the first 7 years of our life. So those are the critical years that we get these ideas on what life should look like. And so now Mercury and Venus are in that space. So we may be, more concerned or thinking about family issues, family systems. Good morning, Cara. How are you? So yeah, we're feeling into because the moon's in Scorpio. So we're on our way down. All right, it's at 8 degrees, so it's like halfway down. And that Scorpio, sex, death, other people's money, crisis, trauma, the metaphysics, occult, those skeletons in our closet that we're looking at. Skeletons in the closet, Mercury and Venus in Cancer. So those old family things could be coming up to be dealt with. All right. So that's part of that deeply confronting things that need to be dealt with. If you find yourself getting angry because the moon has just been opposing Mars, so we could have some frustration as well, and Mars, which is ruling the moon in Taurus, it's, Taurus is all about our comfort, security, the valuable things in our lives. So when you're looking, good morning, Sally, when you're looking at the whole picture, you know, we could be, reminiscing on things from the past that had a detrimental effect on us that we remember, see those red flags flying. All right, so if you find yourself getting angry because why do I always have to make the adjustments? Well, because you have the ability to see that there's much more at play here and you can handle what needs to be done. So pause, breathe, and continue on your way. So it's really important, that you adjust accordingly. All right. So big deep breath. This is the deep doing the work time of the cycle. All right. So like I said, this So the sun is still got 3 days to go before it moves into Cancer. But with Mercury and Venus there, you know, we're very much concerned with, there's sensitivity around, we're focusing on self-care. We're looking for emotional balance. We're thinking about the messages and the love language. That's a good one. Venus in Cancer, the love language that we learned as a child. Good morning, Amy. How are you? There's my love language. Lots of love to you and Alyssa and Ollie and Jamie. All right. So Mercury is like, Mercury's revisiting that history. All right. So it's thinking back. There's just all of these connections happening. And all right. So the moon in Scorpio is in conjunct the North Node. All right. So, by looking at all of these stories, we get to adjust our trajectory. All right. North Node in Aries. All right. We are making the adjustments so that our path forward is, we're accountable. We are in control. We are responsible for our own forward projection. All right. Now, the sun is square Neptune. All right. So things could be a little bit confusing or foggy. But if we go into that Neptunian realm of, spirituality and contemplation and, seeing beyond the veil, look at Scorpio, we're deep. Neptune, the foggy spiritual place. All right. Now, Mercury and Venus, because those guys are together, are also in conjunct Pluto. All right. So Pluto over there in Aquarius wants to, get this bigger picture perspective happening. It's all about what's good for everybody. It's our future endeavors. It's our friends. It's those groups of people that we hang out with. And so with them in Cancer, we're looking at, like, put all the worlds in it. Oh, there we go. There we go. Facing my people pleasing side. Absolutely. All right. And so this is the adjustment to what's a better use of this energy, rather than keeping ourselves small. All right. Family learned behavior. How can we transform to this bigger perspective? How can we Phoenix moment out of this? All right. So we've got Pluto and Scorpio activated here. And like I said earlier, Mars in Taurus is like, oh my God, my security, my sense of security is being challenged. All right. And that is a pre-7-year-old thing. All right. Because as adults, we can rationalize. We look at our environment and we're like, oh, I'm totally fine. But, when we're unsure why why am I feeling so, oh my God, why are my fight or flight systems activated? Why is my parasympathetic nervous system not calming me down? I haven't done enough work into the vagus nerve, but I know that doing vagal nerve work is also the thing. So there we go. You're open to suggestions. Go and have a look at the vagus nerve and the work that they're doing on that type of thing to mitigate the fight, flight, flee, freeze response. All right, so there's that. Absolutely. Now, what was I going to say? Brain. Bloop. Just totally gone. Yeah, I can't. All right, I'm gonna pull a card because I'll still keep talking. All right, so now, okay, so, all right, I'm gonna integrate my own story here into both the coaching group that I'm doing and how you can work on this yourself. All right, now I am having a transit. All right, so our natal birth chart. All right, like I said, this first 7 years. Good morning, Kath. It creates a blueprint or a pattern of resonance. All of our planets have their own song. And when we look at our birth chart, it is our song to the universe, or it's our tune. All right. And as we move through life, the planets in the sky have their own thing. And, when they touch off certain planets, it vibrates that frequency. We get triggered into an automatic response. All right, that's just how it works. So next week I'm going to have Mars opposition Mars. All right, so Mars in the sky is looking at my own Mars going, hey, going over there, bud. You know, it's an opportunity for me to have a look at how I am living out my Mars. All right, but at the same time, I have Venus in the sky is conjunct my Saturn. So this is the same for all of you with transits and stuff. All right, so now I have an issue with abandonment of authoritarian males. My dad left when I was 3. It's just an automatic response pattern. All right, I don't hold any grudges. However, so on next Wednesday, I have teed it up so that my personal trainer, who is an authoritarian male, and that exercise, all right, so Mars, he trains me. It satisfies the Mars opposition, but it also allows for that Venus transiting my Saturn to put a new frequency or a new resonance pattern on that exact conjunction. So next time that happens, my Saturn won't put in that automatic pattern of behavior where I'm like, oh my God, I'm getting abandoned, or you know, I don't manifest that feeling because I have actively worked on that aspect, and from that point onwards, it will act differently. I know that was very long-winded. I'm sorry. I hope you understood what I'm saying. But you can do that in your own charts as well. When you know your chart and where you know your trigger points are, you can specifically work on things. And even though I'm only doing an exercise session, it is going to satisfy the needs of both of those planetary aspects. And I get to personal development, move on and past any of those automatic responses. So I hope you understand what I was saying. And I'm you know, obviously next week the new block opens. I'm not doing well, I'm sort of doing the sales spiel, but I'm doing it more so that you know that you can change these things. This is how I'm working it. All right, because we do go deep. We do have to look at, our early experiences and just understand that these are the things we thought were real world life. This is how it works, Our inner child doesn't know any better until we actively go, oh my God, I can see that pattern. I can see where that came from. All right. So for today, make the adjustments when you feel those sensitive feelings. All right, so you get to make the adjustment, Moon in conjunct North Node, by feeling into it and identifying where that family behavior came from. Venus and Mercury in Cancer. All right, the Moon is in Scorpio, it's going deep. Venus is like, oh, I got that love pattern or that love language from that bit of my family. And my thoughts, Mercury also in Cancer, oh, I automatically thought this response with this trigger point. So with the sun still in Gemini, we can observe a whole lot more for the next couple of days while the moon is in Scorpio. And then when we're coming up and we get that philosophical aspect when it goes into Sag and the sun moves into Cancer. So we can rationalize, we can identify it a whole lot easier. I'm so happy. I'm so happy that that makes sense to you. So yeah, I mean, we've all got our own trigger points. And like I said, I'm just showing you how I am working with that energy. I've been doing personal development my whole life. It's just my natural state of being. I have a Sagittarian moon, Scorpio sun, and a Pisces rising. It is my natural inclination to investigate deep topics and impart spiritual meaning on them. How does your chart work? All right, that's enough. So the card for right now with this Scorpio moon feels. Oh, this one. Oh, interesting. Procrastination. Oh, I like that. Hang on, where's my glasses? Oh, I did just do the most awesome boxing session. It was so good. So good. Okay, it is card number 8. If anybody wants to do the numbers. All right. You need to change your tune. Oh my God, I was just talking about that. Resonance and frequency and changing your tune. All right. You need to change your tune and stop putting things off to tomorrow that you can do today. Where does it come from? All right. You are being called to action. There have been important tasks that you have delayed. Even if it's something that you don't want to do, like cleaning the house, paying bills, looking for a job, losing weight, doing your tax, blah, blah, blah. Now is the time to take responsibility and move forward. The point of power is always in the present. This card is showing you that there's an urgency for you to take action. If you're putting something off that is meaningful to you and doubting whether you can do it, the message is to have courage to face your fears and do what you love. What's the worst thing that can happen? You make a mistake. Even if you do, you will learn. All right. So, I mean, then she's talking about making a list of tasks, stay grounded and practical. And I agree with all of those things. But even just that resonance, sort of that frequency, what a great example of how we can work our chart. Oh, excellent. So glad to hear that, Sally. Amazing. So yeah, and I mean, look, you know, getting just that little bit deeper as well is the procrastination, because, you know, I don't know, we're emulating a parent that was also in trauma. Like, oh my God, we need to forgive our parents. Yes, I'm listening to myself, because they were just as fucked up as we are. If so, even more, because at least we have the language now and we have the knowledge and to be able to identify triggers and patterns. Yeah, and you know, is it because you don't believe Mars in Taurus? You know, are you devaluing yourself? You don't have that I am worthy for all of the wonders of the universe to come my way. You know, I mean, this is childhood. This is inner child work. This is family conditioning. This is, you know, family of origin. This is, oh my God, all of that stuff. Oh, excellent. Working on that forgiveness, it is very, very healing. I know, Amy, you know. Man, you know, a new level, same devil, you know, and it is, it's just adjusting that frequency bit by bit, you know, personal development, singing a new song, developing a new tune. You know, I often say there's that line, you know, just like the keys on a piano, you know, they're all got this, there's only like 5 letters, but there's multiple iterations of that same, you know, A, B, C, whatever it is. You know what I'm talking about. So yeah, the next couple of days, you know, they're going to be a little bit more pokey than usual, because, you know, Mercury and Venus have aspects, but Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn not talking to anyone. So all of this, what we're experiencing, is Moon, Mercury, Venus, Sun. That's it. All right. So it's all our personal planets. It's in our face. It's not all of the other stuff. These next couple of days call on you to do that very specific work on yourself. All right. So when I'm looking at tomorrow, there we go. Here we go. I'll read you tomorrow because it runs in beautifully. There is some pretty specific focus right now, and it may feel like you're not sure what action needs taking. Feel into it. You can identify, can you identify a familiar situation or energy or pattern? The afternoon, tomorrow afternoon is going to be a little bit different, but tomorrow morning, we still only have the moon. It's going to be opposing Uranus. So there's changes in that resonance. And in conjunct Chiron. All right. So the moon in Scorpio goes in and sees what that Chiron wound situation is and makes the adjustment. All right. So it makes the adjustment at 1 p.m. and then the opposition to Uranus is at 5 p.m. So we see it. We're prepared to, you know, do that balancing act. And then that opposition comes in and allows us to open up and change. Now, the only other things that are happening tomorrow are the Sun square Neptune. We're trying to find that spiritual place to see beyond the fog. And then in the afternoon, Mercury sextile Mars. So some active thought processes, remembering Mars is ruling the moon. All right. So, and that's it. Tomorrow only, like, that's it. Tomorrow is Moon, Sun, Mercury. Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn, nada. All right. So these next 2 days, just allow the thoughts to come with the knowledge that it is a memory. All right. It cannot hurt you in the moment. It is a memory that is asking to be dealt with. That's it. All right. So, if you are procrastinating, it's because you don't want to face something. Is it a pattern? Is it someone else's behavior? These depths that we go into at this time, we must embrace and be very compassionate. And now with Venus and Mercury in Scorpio, you can find that within yourself. All right. You've just got to look for where the patterns came from and, be compassionate. Just be compassionate. So, wow, that was 20 minutes. That did not feel like 20 minutes at all. It was a very passionate day. So I hope you guys have an amazing time. And another one, sorry, I just in the last minute, if you are feeling sensitive or frustrated or angry, do some sort of exercise. And I'm not talking about a heavy workout. I just mean go for a fast walk. Allow that Mars ruling the moon to express itself in a way that is not going to hurt other people like you may have been hurt yourself. Just, even if you just jump up and down and shake your hands, you're trying to move the energy around. So, okay, that's me, guys. I'm around today. I have a reading space after lunch. So if you would like even just a small reading, after 12 o'clock, I am available. So just reach out. Mwah. See ya.